Florida. You're happy. You got good weather and you can go to the beach. No worries. People usually know I don't come on till a little bit later during the first hour. That's why they don't come on right at the top. That's all right. You're not lame, brother. I say you're one of the few to get along, try to get along with everybody.
This message comes from NPR sponsor Mint Mobile. From the gas pump to the grocery store, inflation is everywhere. So Mint Mobile is offering premium wireless starting at just $15 a month. To get your new phone plan for just $15, go to mintmobile.com/switch.
Cloudy today, high near 76, winds light and bearable. Party Place skies tonight, near 65, winds light and bearable. Cloudy early on Friday, but partial sunshine expected late in the afternoon. Continuing to be very warm, high near 77, winds light and bearable. A few clouds from time to time on Friday night with light and bearable winds, low near 63. Saturday, cloudy, high near 74, east winds around 5 and 10 miles per hour. Cloudy for the evening, a few showers from here and there. Intense rain coming in for Saturday.
True Crime Thursday. We're going to get into it.
Miles per hour. And showers likely for your Sunday with a high in the 70s and low in the 60s. That's your East Alabama, West Georgia weather forecast. Right here on Sunny FM Radio Network. Looking for the right bank? Experience the
Good morning, Miss Pamela. How you doing? Hope you're doing good this morning. What's up, Martin, a.k.a. Jameson, Ed McMahon, Moore. What's up, brother? I gave you a long name. These are wrestling names you got to have.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back at a brand new location, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newnan. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 2:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken, right next to our location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A, here in Newnan. It's the last carnival of 2024 Lanett Fall Festival presented by Jordan Communications in the Old Middle Parking Lot, Lanett, Alabama.
There you go. Hit that like button. There you go, brother.
WQEE, WZZV, WVEQ, November 12th through the 17th. Be there.
I'm offering my services as a counselor. Contact me my services at my website, or you can reach me at my number, 470-215-0167. If you're in need of counseling services, please reach out. We can do in-person.
28 there. Thank you for putting that up there. Washington State, 69, and mostly cloudy. There you go. Thank you. What does it look like in, well, don't tell us, Keith, what it's looking like there. Keith's going to be like, I don't want to tell you that it's like 80 degrees and I'm sitting on the beach right now with an alcoholic beverage. I figured it was something like that, 82. See, I guessed it near 80. I know. I lived in Florida for a little bit. What is up, Daniel? My Chiefs fan, Missouri. How's it going, brother? Martin says, I'll trade you, Keith. Martin, you just need to move to Florida, bro. Take the whole family there. What's up, Pete? How you doing? I'll tell everybody. I live in the metro Atlanta area of NEWNAN, about 40 miles from Atlanta on the outskirts in Coweta County. Great little town. Well, I wouldn't say great little town. We're middle-sized. We got everything you need. Small town with all the big stuff. You don't have to go anywhere.
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
Yeah. We are here. Thursday, True Crime Thursday. Anytime you hear that theme song in the background, either Triple H is coming out to make a big match for WrestleMania, or yours truly, Ryan O'Neal, is on the air with the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Kick it. Just imagine me walking out with the fireworks going off. All right, guys, we'll talk a little wrestling later on this morning, but we welcome everybody in. Currently, right now, in the metro Atlanta area, we're holding at 68 degrees is what we're holding at. It's 69 in Lanett and 66 in the mountains of Lineville. I know kind of hills or whatever you want to say. They're an hour behind us there. 28 degrees in Washington State, 69 in Pennsylvania, and 82 and feeling good. 69 and mostly cloudy in Pennsylvania, and 82 in Fort and Panama Beach, Florida. Oh, that's where we should be. Thank you to all those wonderful people. Yes, they're all dead. It's just a question, buddy. People get on the YouTube and ask, isn't so-and-so dead? Yes. They should have been released from prison. The Patriot says it's 62 degrees in Virginia in the Minuteman Mountain War Room. Good morning to you. Good morning to everybody out there. Pamela, the Patriot, Daniel from Missouri. He says hello to everybody. Pete right here in the metro Atlanta area of NEWNAN. So hello to us and the Navajo Nation, who I'm going to talk about in just a few moments, that are tuning in. Also got to say hello to Keith D down in Panama Beach, Florida, where he's having all the luck with all the weather. Also, let's see here. I believe we had Miss Pamela on from Pennsylvania. And hello, going. They're just coming on the YouTube. Like, subscribe, and share. We have 250,000 of you guys listening from Metro Atlanta to East Alabama on the radio dial. Real radio for real people. That's right. Also, we're on the RyanORadio media page, 23 different streaming platforms from Spreaker to iHeartRadio and Amazon Prime. You can catch all the shows there. All right. And not only that, we are on the Canadian radio network, which they made their own radio network. They took from WQEE radio page. They did that. They were nice enough to take that. They took one of our links so that they could fix up their own little way to listen and chat with us. So we'll call it the Canadian Radio Network. Also across the Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation, 25 real internet radio stations out there. And we're on the Sunny 98.radio, 12345.com in Lanett, Alabama, WQEFM.radio, 12345.com, and soon to be on WVRQ.radio, 12345.com. And that is what we're going to be doing there. We're on all these radio stations. Well. Here we go. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So we're everywhere you need to be. And we're on YouTube and Facebook as well. Unlike others who utilize YouTube and Facebook and pretend to be radio and television, we are real radio and television. We just utilize the streaming because, well, we're professionals. I got to pick at you. Good morning to Lynn and Sharon joining us as well from Sanctuary Float Center. They're going to be joining the network here pretty soon, and we thank them. I spoke with them yesterday. Wonderful people. They're listening to us as they're coming in this morning into the metro Atlanta area of NEWNAN. Got to say good morning to them. Got to say good morning to the Lanett, Alabama Welcome Center. They got us tuned in, and that's the first friendly faces you see going right in from out of Georgia into Alabama. I don't know where truck driver Terry's at. We got to say to him. Also, Bolly, good morning to you, and Jeeper, I don't know where you're from. Good morning to you. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being with us as well. All right, let's see. We got a few things to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, to get you into. We're going to get into the news here momentarily. 15 minutes past the hour, still 68 degrees. Traffic time. See what's going on out there. Traffic's picking up around the area. Hey, downtown Newnan looking good. Traffic is picking up heading towards Lagrange Street that heads towards where Newnan High School is. Traffic is picking up on Jefferson Street heading towards Bullsboro. We're going to head on down to Interstate 85 southbound into East Alabama. No reports from Chief Shepard and the Hogansville Police Department this morning. Everything is all good there. No traffic issues either. Heading into Grantville looking good. Heading to Lagrange. Traffic issues right in front of the Troup County School, but people are getting ready. There's traffic slowed back because kids are going to school. Head on down to exit 1 in West Point area in the Troup County area. There's a little roundabout there. Make sure you guys take that roundabout. Be careful because you could end up right back, ladies and gentlemen, on the interstate. Of course, during the day, it's better than at night when we like to say, when no lights out there. All right, Midtown in Atlanta crash. Right lane, I-75, 85 northbound near exit 251. Delays right now for a few minutes, actually another 20 minutes. To Cobb County, the crash at I-285 westbound, right past I-85 in the right lane. Get a little slower there, and that's about it. I-75 Highway 92 southbound lane in Acworth. There's a crash there, and you make sure you drive a little bit slower. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's what's going on right here on your favorite radio dial with your traffic. The RyanORadio Penitentiary does cruise on in just a few moments. We got the local news for you here, so stay tuned. We got a lot to talk about this morning from NBC doing a few different Christmas holidays and get ready for CBS tonight. And 2 fast-moving wildfires in Southern California. We'll tell you what happened in Santa Ana winds. These stories and more coming up on this edition of the RyanORadio Penitentiary. And it's True Crime Thursday, which you know what that means. We've got our True Crime poll question that we'll ask you after the break. It's on the YouTube and the Facebook. Back in a moment, 68 degrees.
You're listening to the RyanORadio Penitentiary with Ryan O'Neal right here on the
Are we
We're back right after this.
Are we causing problems in here, guys? What are we doing? We're talking about things. The Patriot says, I'm tired. I got to go back to sleep. Oh, there's wildfires there? A major drought in New Jersey? Wow. Thank you for letting me know there, Cheaper. Okay. Appreciate it, brother. I mean, nobody gets kicked out of here. It's just we try to kind of keep it. Well, Martin's our elder statesman. He's the calm down, Ed McMahon.
Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Thank you, Patriot. Patriot, just keep the feed on or listen to the stream while you sleep, brother.
The Capitol had been shut down and evacuated on Wednesday after a gas leak was detected in downtown Atlanta. Crews did respond fastly to the intersection.
I got time to talk to you guys. I just want to collect and record all this. I haven't seen any chemtrails since Woodstock. Well, you're gonna fit in good with this crew, Cheaper. I mean, Jeepers, sorry. You can fit in good with these guys, especially our Navajo Nation. Talking about that. Pamela, let's see what you got here, sister. Blue Ridge Mountains here in Pennsylvania. And then you said there was
Tuesday night in Atlanta. The pedestrian was transported to the Keystone Hospital in serious condition. The accident was reported, and the Cobb County Police are investigating. More news on the Sunny FM radio network. Your news leader for East Alabama and West Carolina.
New Jersey wildfires. Thank you. I'll report to all that. Thanks for giving them to me, guys. Conditions are so dry there. Good Lord Almighty. Well, hopefully, as winter starts coming in, it can calm down. Blue Mountain. Is that what it's called? Your Jets in the Super Bowl? I don't know. I think it's going to be the Lions and the Chiefs. I hate to say it like that. I think it's going to be the Lions and the Chiefs, and I'm an Atlanta guy. Captain Hot Buns. What's up, my brother? My skateboarding brother. How you doing? Molly is on with us. I gotta say hello to you two on the radio. I gotta say hello to you, brother. When I get back from the news break. Snow is coming where, Pete? Good to hear, brother. Good to hear, Captain. What's up, Easy? Like on a Sunday mornings with us. Randall, I say hello to you, Randall, Captain Hot Buns, and Easy, because we already said hello to everybody else. Eagles are good too. Philadelphia Eagles are real good, brother. Tomorrow's our Football Friday show. We do a little everything in here. None of the above, says 1211. Only reason I'm bringing this up is because the killer clown lady from Florida has been released. The one that killed her ex-husband's wife dressed as a clown. So that's why I came up with this poll question. Good morning, Moo. Moo. My brother. So happy. Almost like in that show. Oh, good morning, Moo. Okay, when I get my voice back 100%, you're going to get that. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'll do that for you, Moo. Yes. I will do that, brother. I will do that. You got that. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. When New Jersey don't like New York. You in New Jersey don't like New York? Beatles or Stones? Woo, that's a hard choice. I love the Rolling Stones, all their music, and they're still out there. But the Beatles are legendary. I'm going to say Led Zeppelin. Motorhead says Randall. Randall and I love the same music. That's why we get along so well. The Beatles says Bali. That's a good. Thank you. Good choice on Zeppelin. There you go.
There were reports from the Lanett Police Department this morning, all quiet in the Lanett area. Nothing from the West Point as well as Hogansville. That's a look at your incident reports around the area on the Sunny FM radio networks.
Black Label Society, you got me at Zach Wild there, Pete. Welcome back in. 68 degrees out there here in the metro Atlanta area. NEWNAN, 69 Lanett and Lineville holding at 66 degrees. We'll get you degrees from around the country in here in just a few moments. Your time and temperature are 26 minutes past the hour. Hey, guys, in the feed, the chat feed, I got to say good morning to some new listeners coming in. But they are chatting it up about some music there. They brought it up a poll question there. I'm going to give you your poll question on this True Crime Thursday in a moment. But I got to say good morning to Captain Hot Buns in Arizona. And good morning to Good Morning Moo. They asked me to do that. Got to do that with our listeners. Plus, Roll Tide Randall's with us this morning. He's probably going to be one of the favorites of our listeners by at least the owner of this company because Alabama fan. Like, hey, who's that Roll Tide Randall? I kind of like that guy. And make sure I said everybody. I better make sure. Oh, Bali, I didn't leave you out. All right, they jumped in here. Jepper. Let's see. Yeah, Jepper asked me, Beatles or Stones? I said, I like the Stones. The Beatles are legendary, but I picked Led Zeppelin. Now everybody's talking about rock and roll in there. Roll Tide Randall brought up Motorhead. I said, him listening to great music. People bringing up Skinner and Led Zeppelin, agreeing on Led Zeppelin. They're bringing up Dio. Yep. A lot of great music there. You can tell how old some of my audience is. And I'm like, I don't really like that young music. All right, guys. We got a lot to talk about this morning. And we got some breaking news coming up for you in just a few moments. Fires is our breaking news that I want to get into this morning. 2 fast-moving wildfires in Southern California is breaking news on this Thursday, November 7, 2024, fueled by powerful Santa Ana winds that has destroyed dozens of homes and forced thousands of residents to evacuate. The mountain fire in Ventura County, northwest of Los Angeles, has reported injured several people and burned multiple structures, according to the Ventura County Fire Department. The fire has burned an estimated 90,000 acres. Think about Metallica there, guys. My favorite. All right, on Wednesday, the National Weather Service has issued a red flag, the most extreme fire warning weather across Southwest California through Florida due to winds. Man, we will pray for these people for sure. Evacuation orders are in effect for thousands, including the National Weather Service says that has forced a number of other ones to evacuate from their offices there in California. Some other wildfires going on that was reported from around the country. in the Blue Ridge Mountains, the mountains in Pennsylvania. There's some wildfires going on. In Orange County, New Jersey, some wildfires as well. And we got the end of hurricane season coming up for you guys. Yes, got to tell you more about this. Another category 2 is headed into Cuba last evening as we speak. No detail, if further details has come out about how bad it was hit. We'll get you more details as it comes in to us this morning. So there you go. And they keep listing artists in here. Miss Pamela is listing Iron Maiden, Metallica, and Five Finger Death Punch. We know who she likes. She's a little bit younger than the rest of you guys. All right. Funeral announcements and plans have been announced for the Home Depot co-founder and billionaire Bernie Marcus, we told you about yesterday, who passed away at age 95. His funeral will be held at the temple located at 1589 Peachtree Street Northeast in Atlanta today, 1 p.m. And of course, flags at the state capitol and in Fulton County have been lowered at half-mast to honor the Marcus. Governor Brian Kemp announced this as of yesterday. That's some headline news for you this morning. Disturbed. I'm a little disturbed sometimes. Oh, you're talking about the guys, we got to talk some sports here this morning. Thursday night football tonight, a little later on. Also, guess what? We're going to give you a college football roundup. Already got the top, 12 teams or something that are going to be playing. We'll get into that and tell you who, what, when, and why a little later on this morning. 31 minutes past the hour, currently 68 degrees here in the metro Atlanta area in Newnan, 69 in Lanett, and 67 now in the hills of Lineville. Here's the latest from CBS News. Woo! Ask Jack. I can't say that on there, but I like that band. I can, but actually I can, but I probably will. Oh, I never did ask that question, did I? Thank you, Area 106. Why would I want any killers released from prison? Well, a killer clown was released from prison. The woman that killed her ex-husband's wife in Florida just got released from prison. She served a long time, I guess. And because she dressed up as a clown, I just figured I'd come up with that. Martin feels like Charlie didn't kill no one. Why is this same news in here?
Republicans will take back control of the Senate. Among the victors, Texas, Ted Cruz. This isn't just about politics. This is CBS News.
West Georgia weather forecast right here on the Sunny FM radio network. Cloudy days, high near 76, winds light and variable. Partly light skies tonight, fog, low near 65, winds light and variable. Cloudy early on Friday, partial sunshine expected late in the afternoon. Continuing to be very wet, high near 77, winds light and variable. A few clouds from time to time on Friday night with light and variable winds and low near 63. Saturday, cloudy, high near 74, east winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. The evening, a few showers for here and there. 30% chance of rain going in for Saturday night. East winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. The showers are likely for your Sunday with a high of 70 and a low in the 60s. East Alabama, West Georgia, West forecast here on Sunday.
For you Southern Rewards, check out the Southern Rewards cashback account from Southern States Bank.
You guys like Cinderella?
It's earning cashback. With our Southern Rewards cashback account, you can earn up to $30 a month. Sign up for your Southern Rewards cashback account today. Terms and conditions apply. Visit your nearest branch or check us out online at southernstatesbank.net to learn more. Southern States Bank, your bank, your rewards.
Are you looking for a special gift this year for your daughter, sister, mother, grandmother, or best friend? Give the gift of safety and self-defense. Hi, I'm Holly Reese, founder of Warrior Defenders. As a certified tactical self-defense instructor, I specialize in self-defense. Classes are weekly, in-person, or scheduled a seminar. Online courses are available. You can shop self-defense products and tools on my website, warriordefenders.com. I'm here to help you customize the perfect gift for the ones you love.
I'm not eating around the house, but now that I have kids, I don't want to spend my Saturday installing a toilet or fixing an air conditioner. But thankfully, there's HomeAdvisor. HomeAdvisor helps me find the best home pros in my area to handle any kind of project. You can read reviews of pros, check their availability, even book appointments online. And what my wife loves most is that HomeAdvisor is completely free.
White Snake, there you go. I'm just picking out some songs to play this morning in the background when I get at the end. "68 degrees out there." We welcome you back in, ladies and gentlemen, on this Thursday morning. We got more news for you that you can shake a stick at. It's True Crime Thursday, and this morning we're going to talk about a woman who dressed up as a clown many years ago back in the 90s and killed her ex-husband's wife, has just been released from prison. And this is why this poll question is up on the Facebook page as well as our YouTube page. Which of these killers do you think should have been released from prison? Some people think Charles Manson got 38% of the votes so far. Ted Bundy, 6% of the votes. Jeffrey Dahmer, 6% of the votes. And any other, 50% of the votes. That could be the Mendez brothers, who's got to have also, we told you about a few weeks ago, that's asking the court to get them out. They've served their time, according to prosecutors out in Los Angeles. So it's True Crime Thursday. You know what that means? We're going to get into some true crime news stories, and we'll talk about this in just a few moments. A woman who had been convicted of killing her and dismembering her 71-year-old mother. We'll get into that. And, of course, we'll talk about the killer clown. The killer clown. She's 61 years old, and less than 2 years after pleading guilty to second-degree murder, Sheila Keene Warren has now left prison this past weekend. And that's why we're talking about that. That's why we got it in there. That's when people are like, hey, why is that question? Why would I want any killers to be released? That's a good question. Why would you? Want to welcome in Ariel 106 joining us on the YouTube page. Sweet Leaf, how you guys doing? Sweet Leaf, Bob, Tim, Rodney K, and Sue on the Navajo Nation. Good morning and welcome in to the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Also want to say hello to Lynn and Sharon over Sanctuary Float Center. They're coming in listening to us this morning strong, and they're going to be joining us pretty soon on the network. As well as want to say hello to our friends on the Canadian radio network, Helen with an E, as well as Alice, Dave, Michael, and Tom. We'll say hello to Kiko in Japan, Konnichiwa, Robert down in Australia, Diana and the boys in South Wales. Good afternoon to them, and Sarah overnight in New Zealand. They're all on the feeds, and we're saying hello to them. And we appreciate you listening wherever you're listening to us, whether it's on WQEE's website or on one of the YouTube pages. We appreciate that. That's right. I was going to tell you, we appreciate you listening to us on WQEEFM.radio, 12345.com, or Sunny 98.radio, 12345.com. The all-new WVEQ in Lanett, Alabama, that we have our morning show on right now, and saying hello to the Greater Valley area. A lot of you already know my voice there, and you're glad that we're back. Good morning to you. Yes, it's the easiest way to do it. Sunny 98.radio, 12345.com, or WQEEFM.radio, 12345.com. Making it a lot easy for you. That is simple as can be if you want to follow and listen to the stations, of course. All right, other headline news you can share for yourself or read for yourself, because here at the RyanORadio Penitentiary, I don't believe my listening audience needs me to tell them every little thing. Like, here's what your opinion is. It's not me to tell you what your opinion is. All right, you can read for yourself. A couple of headline news you can read for yourself about the wildfires in Southern California, as well as U.S. House control still in air as results continue to come in. Harris concedes, urges supporters to keep fighting on Democratic principles. And this one I'm going to talk about shortly. First snow of winter arrives in Japan's Mount Fuji 5 weeks late. And U.S. stocks surge early trading after presidential election. Those are your headlines you can read for yourself on our WQEE Key Facebook page. You know why? You don't need me to tell you everything. Good morning, truck driver Terry. Thank you for being with us. You don't need me to tell you every little thing, to tell you your opinion. We'll leave that up to the mainstream media to do that. We don't do that here at Jordan Communications radio station, Sunny FM radio network. We're real news. All right. Speaking of that snowfall, I did want to get into this story. And don't get mad at me because I want to get into this snowfall story. A lot of us are not going to see snow down in Panama Beach, Florida there, Keith. Snowfall in Japan's iconic Mount Fuji Wednesday. It's about 5 weeks later. The latest drought spill was making everybody go, oh, what's going on? And all of a sudden the snow came and everything. At atop the peak of the most dormant volcano, which is at 12,388 feet in the country's highest mountain, Mount Fuji. The images of the snow on the top of the peak are beautiful and look like it's ready for the holidays. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, a deer attempted to break into a place and get his hair did. We'll talk about that in a moment. What? Plus, I got to talk about Tyler Perry, who's from Union City, who's got his movie facilities in Union City, Georgia. Man, he's got a show out. That's the #1 show on Netflix. We'll tell you about that. Plus, I get you ready for tonight's CBS lineup. Thursday night CBS lineup, to me, the best lineup in the business on CBS. All right, a deer attempted to have some self-care. And when police reported that they had to let it free because the buck bucked into a bathroom in a Missouri nail salon called VL Nail Salon, the deer crashed through the front window, ran across the business, and ran right into the bathroom. Maybe the deer had to go to the bathroom. Maybe it wasn't trying to look good. Maybe the deer wanted to use the bathroom. How many times have you been on a long ride, ladies and gentlemen, and just, oh, gotta go. It's human nature, man. Maybe animal nature too. Come on. Pamela says, oh, dear. I did receive your emails, Terry, truck driver Terry. That is, thank you, truck driver Terry on the YouTube asking me. Yeah, awesome. And you guys look cool. By the way, truck driver Terry's got him a young one. That's right. Stud. Elder statesman right there. I'm just kidding. Anyway, back to it. How many times do you guys, just had to go. I mean, you rush in and they say, no bathroom here. This deer wasn't going to take no for an answer. It had to go. And when it said it had to go, it had to go. I'm sorry, it had to go. You guys didn't know that, did you? Oh, you're welcome, truck driver Terry. Oh, man. So the snowfall was so cool, getting ready for the holidays. And this deer, of course, they said the deer was released back into the wild, according to the local police departments in Missouri. That's your neck of the woods, Daniel. You probably heard about it. They put it on Facebook and shared it on all of its social media and said the deer is doing fine. When you got to go, you just got to go, ladies and gentlemen. 15 minutes away from the top of the hour. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We got more on the way. Which of these killers do you think should have been released from prison? Charles Manson's got 41% of the votes. Ted Bundy, 6%. Jeffrey Dahmer, 6%. And any other, 47%. This is coming after the release over the weekend of the killer clown, a lady that dressed up as a clown in Florida so many moons ago. And she is now released on November 2nd after killing her ex-husband's wife at the time. Dressed as a clown. Ooh, killer clowns. They always makes for scary movies. Yeah, it's November 7th. It's a Thursday. It's 15 minutes till the top of the hour. 68 degrees is your temperature in the metro Atlanta area. 69 in Lanett Valley, West Point, the Greater Valley area. And Lineville, we call you the hills up there. You're an hour behind us, but you're at 67 degrees. Other temperatures falling upon us coming from Washington State is 28 degrees right now in cold. 62 degrees in Virginia. 82 degrees in Panama Beach, Florida, where we all want to be, and 69 and mostly cloudy in Pennsylvania. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us. More on the way. You're tuned into the RyanORadio Penitentiary right here on the Sunny FM radio networks. We got more on the way. Stay with us. Making you blush. Terry C., you're welcome, brother. I just wanted to let everybody know that Terry C. is a stud. He got him a young lady. Headed to Ohio. Woo! Don't go over that Ohio River, though. Last time I heard that bridge was down. Maybe it's back up. I don't know. It might be snowing in the Cascade Mountains. Oh, okay. So don't start losing my voice when I'm already on all these stations now. Abbeville, woo! It's in Pennsylvania, Bolly. And the house that VC Andrews wrote about is real. Yep, I heard about that.
This is SRN Sports.
Superior Gas Inland Net is your full-service propane dealer serving residential, commercial, agricultural, and recreational only. They have a full selection of generators, heaters, gas stoves, and fireplaces. They're located at 752 North Lineville Avenue in Alabama.
Yep, she's telling the truth, Bolly.
And their phone number is 304-644-4306.
One of the ways we experience transformation here at Union City Church is through local missions. After pastoring for 30 years, one of the things I've learned is there's a distinctive difference between someone who just shows up on Sundays, and that's their quote, check the box, versus those who actually serve outside the walls of the church, being the hands and feet of Jesus. And we believe that those who actually serve, transformation takes place in their lives. That's why local missions is one of them.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location. 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newnan. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken, right next door to the former location. Bring you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried
I've been wondering that too, truck driver Terry.
This is Dave Scott, host of Spaced Out Radio. Come join us every night starting at midnight on WQEE 99.1 FM. Together, we will head down a path of mystery and unbelievable stories of people experiencing true tales of ghosts, UFOs, monsters from the finest storytellers we know. Tune in Spaced Out Radio nightly on WQEE 99.1 FM, where together, my friends, in the night.
Still not smiling. Maybe he's not smiling. Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy. Yeah, boys are.
Or maybe he's teething. Oh, poor baby. I think his gums hurt.
Maybe he's just tired.
Or maybe his tummy hurts. He didn't eat that much.
Maybe he's
Robert Kennedy Jr. is having a die war on Fruit Loops. Really? Wow. Wow.
Listening to Sunny FM Radio Networks, WQEE 99.1 FM NEWNAN, WZZV 100.3 FM Lagrange, WZEV 90.5 FM Lineville, Alabama, and the WVEQ 98.7 FM Lanett, Alabama, the Sunny FM Radio Network.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back in. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the RyanORadio Penitentiary, 68 degrees. And I'm your host, Ryan O'Neal, the radio tribal chief. Acknowledge me. Yeah. Big wrestling fan. Sorry. Oh, can't wait for it Friday night. Will the original Bloodline get back together and get ready for Survivor Series coming up this month? I believe so. It'll be the original 4-on-4 Survivor Series inside of a War Games match for the WWE. I'll be talking about that later on when it gets closer to that this year. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got breaking news coming in from Alabama this morning. Before we head into a little bit of anything else, we're almost less than 10 minutes away from the top of the hour, still at 68 degrees in the metro Atlanta area, NEWNAN. An Alabama administrative law judge ruled on Wednesday that workers at the Amazon Fulfillment Center in the suburbs area of Birmingham should vote for a third time to become a union. The judge, Michael Silverstein, said that the retailer, wholesaler, and department store union proved that 6 incidents of unfair labor practices were done by Amazon at its center in Bessemer, Alabama. Silverstein set aside the results of the election, which was a Amazon dispute. The center's employees voted down the union back in 2021, but that decision was voided by the National Labor Relations Board after it ruled Amazon was interfering with their election process. Wow. So Amazon said it would appeal the ruling. Bessemer's a little small community on the outskirts of Birmingham, Alabama. Got a great little football team. Great little community there. Been through there. I think even being our general manager, CEO of the company, has worked with carnivals that went through that area as well, or near that area. All right, guys. Wow. Our poll question this morning is, which of these killers do you think should be released from prison? Since the killer clown from the early 90s that killed her, dressed up as a clown, killed her ex-husband's wife in Florida, has been released this past Saturday, I decided on this True Crime Thursday to come up with this question on the Facebook and as well on the YouTube. Which of these killers do you think should have been released from prison? 41% so far say Charles Manson, 6% for Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer. They shouldn't get votes at all. And any other 47%, that might include the Menendez brothers and anybody else out there, ladies and gentlemen. So, wow. All right. Stay with us, more on the way. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's head into it. We got a little bit of music for you. Take you up to the top of the hour. Little jumping jack flash. It was a request. Stay tuned. More RyanORadio Penitentiary. Coming up, we've got news at the top of the hour from NPR and your local news at 15 after. Charlie was framed, says Randall. He might have been. I mean, but he was smart enough to play crazy because he'd been in jail before. And you got to think he was in there with people. He was in there with people that really, at that time, there was a lot of people in California that was in the same prison as him that were serial killers and stuff. So, he had to play crazy so he could be put away from them. Jumpin' Jack Flash is my favorite song of all times. It is, Captain. Awesome. Well, we got to play a little bit of music at the end and everything because we're on music stations. I know I could get away with playing this one. They just kill. Reason it's called serial killers, Bollies, because they keep killing over and over and over in the same type of method. Hello, good morning.
I'm doing good. How about you, brother? Yeah, biscuits, son. I tell you what, if I was doing any better, it'd be illegal. You feel me?
I feel you.
Don't tell me too hard.
No, your wife might get jealous.
Yeah, no. You seen her. Now, we were Prince Eric. I was Prince Eric and she was Ariel.
I can tell.
You see how we had our car decorated and everything? All the kids loved it.
I know, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, we had a good time. I had to throw my red wave in there to you to help you out there a little bit.
I saw.
A little bit.
Yeah, I saw that at the beginning.
I bet you got it. Good. We got a link together. I can send you some good truck driver stories or something.
Please do. Please
So
do.
I'll just tell you hello, how you doing, that kind of thing.
For sure.
I tell you, Molly, since you're in New York now, he said the festival's over. He's back in New York, I think is what he meant.
Okay.
The reason they call them serial killers is because they eat cereal before they do the killing. Oh, yeah,
Don't tell him that. He might think that.
oh, yeah, that's true. They eat Fruit Loops, Molly, so run. When you see Fruit Loops, you better run.
Well, there used to be a song called Serial Killer by Green Jello, the band I played with. And the song was about Toucan Sam killing people.
Oh, no.
It was funny.
He got that big old beak, man. He could do some damage.
That's it.
Well, I just wanted to, they got me a late night last night. I got in to try to get my load, and they said, oh, it ain't finished picking yet. They ain't got it ready to load yet. Come back in about 2 hours. I came back in about 2 hours. They said, no, it ain't finished yet. So anyway, that 2 hours turned into 8 hours.
Dadgum.
I finished buttoning everything up a little after 9 o'clock last night and get my paperwork done, and I went to sleep. Got to take a break for 10 hours.
There you go.
It just threw me off. I'm supposed to be there today before 1 o'clock. It ain't happening.
Oh, no.
That's all right. That's the trucking business. So,
That's it.
well, everybody have a good day. I'll let you go. I just wanted to tell Molly that was too much at the time.
I don't blame you. All right, brother. Bye.
Y'all have a good day. We see you, everybody. See Martin. I call him Martin, MM.
There you go.
My friend, you ain't the only one who's a stud, my brother.
There you go.
It took me a lot of time. It took me a lot of patience. And it cost me a lot of money to get to where I'm at today.
I hear you.
All right, brother.
All right.
I'll see you later. I'll listen.
Sounds good. See ya. Well, who is calling in? Unless it's one of you guys. We get some water right quick.
Have been congratulating Donald Trump on his election win. Still, as NPR celebrates, reports from Paris, many Europeans have negative views on Trump's first term in office.
Trump pulled out of the Paris Climate Accord, slapped massive tariffs on European imports, threatened the future of NATO, and cozied up to Russian President Vladimir Putin. But this time, with a war raging in Ukraine, the stakes are even higher for Europe's region, Letitia Lebenois.
So I think it's quite scary if there's no more help for Ukraine.
Had to get me some water to take some medication so I can keep going. From what movie? Whoa, that's cool, Pamela.
Wall Street closed at record highs yesterday as a result of Donald Trump's election win. That added 1,500 points Reserve is expected to announce another cut in interest rates. It would be the Fed's second rate cut in a row, with inflation easing amid a slowdown in the job market. This is NPR News from Washington.
.com/switch.
Top Furious Alabama restaurants and weather forecast rain and sunny and rain. Cloudy days, high at 76 winds light and variable. Overnight skies at 95. Development rain low at 65 winds light and variable.
What? Please don't tell me that didn't get started.
Looking for the right bank? Experience the difference at Southern States Bank. We're not just your bankers, we're your partners. Southern States Bank, your community, your bank. Southern States Bank, Lanett. Nothing like your FDIC. 410-611.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location. 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newnan. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken, right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newnan.
Revenge of the Fallen. Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen. Oh, okay. Here comes the sun. You must be getting the sun in your area, Randall. Or are you just singing that song?
Just shows up on Sundays, that's the quote, check the box, spiritual journey. Versus those who actually serve outside the walls. Let the church get the hand of the name of Jesus. And we believe
All righty.
actually serve, transformation takes place in their lives. That's why local missions is one of the.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lucy Wing, and I'm a counselor that works here in the Metro Atlanta area. I'm offering my services as a counselor. Contact me if you want services at my website, www.flourish2live.org, or you can reach me at my number, 470-215-0167. If you're in need of counseling services, please reach out. We can do in-person and online services.
Hey, Arnold, Cowie DeForce. Cowie DeForce is Newman's own.
What are the fit? Oh, what's up, Crispies? How you doing in the afternoon? Good deal. Good afternoon to you. What are the fish dinners like at Wishbone's Chicken? They are pretty good, but they're not as good as what you guys cook in London, honestly, with the fish and chips you have. But they are good for our American version.
Ever since I left for college, my dream was to return. Nahandita is a phrase in our language that means to come back. American Indian Service Scholarship allowed me to concentrate on my studies.
Oh, from the movie you had. Oh, wow. That's cool, Pamela. So Pamela had some movies. In my area, we've had movies. A lot of them in downtown Newnan. And we had the Walking Dead film not too far from us, the original series. We had Jack Black's movie, if you remember that one, the house with the clock in the wall or something like that, or something. That was filmed here in downtown. It was cool. When he got out and all the stuff he saw on the bus, there was a movie theater right there that he got out at. That's actually a pizza place / restaurant / bar. And across there was from where I am, where they had made a makeshift radio station. I'm actually in the building above that makeshift radio station in that movie. And the day that it came into town, I pretended like it was the 1950s and 60s or something. So this new young man coming out of Elvis Presley.
All right, we're going to do it once more. This time, no mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, fish and chips. Yep, they're pretty good. Fries. Well, usually they get coleslaw with it, or what they like to call tri-taters. Not really fries. But it's good. It's good. Everything about Wishbone's good. I'm never going to talk bad about one of my great sponsors who's been with me forever, and their food is actually really good. Oh, welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you being with us. About 10 minutes past the hour. 68 degrees in the metro Atlanta area noon, 69 Lanett Valley, West Point, and 67 in Lineville. We got a lot more in store for you this coming up hour. Stay with us. Don't you dare move away. The House with All the Clocks. Something like that. Yes, Pamela, that movie was filmed right here in metro Atlanta area, NEWNAN. They're talking about movies in our feed. We got to say good morning to all of our feeds. The Navajo Nation's Earth Rock Radio, 25 real and internet radio stations providing that show there. All over the YouTube, Facebook. Yes, Real Radio utilizes that in television, but we're Real Radio and television because we're on 4 different radio stations from East Alabama to West Georgia right here with the RyanORadio Penitentiary, the Jordan Communication and Family radio stations, and I like to call it the Sunny FM radio network because we're always sunny. We're across the RyanORadio media page, Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Prime, 23 different other streaming platforms. We're everywhere you need to be. And if you're not everywhere you need to be, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get right back into it. Yes, we're going to have a good time this hour. We got a lot of stuff in store for you. We got some TV news, entertainment news, and true crime news to get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! And we'll talk a little bit of movies and shows within there. Speaking of true crime, I got a killer clown lady from the 90s. They killed her ex-husband's wife in Florida. She was released on Saturday, November 2nd, and we'll talk about that. So our poll question on the Facebook page, WQEQ, and the YouTube is, which of these killers do you think should have been released from prison? Charles Manson, 45% of the votes. Any other 45% of the votes? Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer both only got 5% of the votes. So make sure you stay tuned as we'll give you a conclusion to that at the end of the show in our poll question. Ladies and gentlemen, oh man, we got to take a look at what's going on with traffic and talk about a little bit more weather forecast for you. Wow. Here's what's going on in traffic this morning. Traffic is looking pretty good in some parts of the area. Before we do traffic updates, this go around brought to you by the Columbus River Dragons. River Dragons, we got tickets to give away right before Thanksgiving. Guys, the Columbus River Dragons back on the ice the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, and we've got tickets for you to give away. Easy E, good morning to you, and also good morning to Eric from Rio de Janeiro. Woo! The poll is an oxymoron. Oh, thanks for saying my feelings dead. No, I'm all right with it. Just so many killers are getting out with the Menendez brothers. This woman, why not let the most famous killers out? I don't know. All right, before we head into the traffic, brought to you by the Columbus River Dragons, by the way, we're giving away tickets to the night before Thanksgiving. Want to tell you about the Category 2 hurricane that's moving in the southeastern area of the Gulf of Mexico early this morning after making landfall Wednesday in western Cuba as a Category 3 now. Wow. The National Hurricane Center said that at 4 a.m. this morning, the update came in that the storm was located about 155 miles west-northwest of Havana and about 180 miles west-southwest of the Key West in Florida. The storm has a maximum winds of 105 miles per hour and moving northwest at 12 miles per hour, making it a Category 2 hurricane. As the storm possibly threatens the U.S. mainlands, forecasters say that the hurricane is expected to track due west this week and turn into a tropical storm later on this weekend and possibly Monday before it hits the Gulf or south of Louisiana. Wow. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on with that. Hopefully it's the last hurricane of the season, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Bali thinks for a new storm there that came up to Cuba last evening. All right, traffic this morning, guys. Here's the way it's looking. Fulton County, there's a crash. Crash investigation at Fulton County Industrial Boulevard, eastbound near Camp Creek Parkway. All lanes are blocked as we speak. We'll tell you, you might need to find an alternate route and try to get around that. In Gwinnett County, there's a stall by a big rig at Highway 78 westbound East Park Place and Boulevard in the center lane. Of course, in downtown connector at North Avenue in Atlanta southbound, Midtown crashed. 2 lanes are shut down as we speak at I-75, 85 northbound, exit 225. Crashed, it moved right off the right. Use the north side drive at Peachtree. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at a couple other things going southbound into East Alabama on Interstate 85. Hogansville Police Department report no issues this morning in that area. Troup County report nothing as well. And Lagrange Police Department report nothing. All looking good. Traveling, no incidents on the interstate as Georgia State Patrol say it's all looking good this morning from what I'm gathering. Heading into East Alabama, though, exit 1 there at West Point exit. Make sure, guys, when you get off there at the West Point exit 1, there's still construction going on, a roundabout. Make sure you guys be on the lookout for that. And, of course, nothing going on in East Alabama. That is what's going on with your traffic this morning. 16 minutes past the hour, 68 degrees in the metro Atlanta area of NEWNAN. Yes, Cuba got hit last evening with a Category 3 storm. It's Category 2, should be hitting Gulf of Mexico in the south of Louisiana, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for asking those questions there. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on with everything in the news. Stay with us. Back right after this. We got the latest from local news time right now. Hey, I got news you can use. Don't you dare move away from that radio dial. Back in a moment. Yeah, there is. Cuba is south of Florida. Category 2 on it means rain only. Yep. Well, it hit Category 3, but it became a Category 2. It's going to be rain, but it's the last storm of the season, I hope. November hurricane weird. I know, Daniel. I know, right? Does make you question some things. Hello, Eric, American Friends. He says, hello, buddy. Easy E, hope you're still on here because I said hello to you. It should reduce by Cat 1 by hits Mexico. Yep. It should just be a lot of rain for the Gulf of Mexico and south of Louisiana. But hopefully it's the last one of the season, everybody. The fall rat killing is going on here. Woo! Roll Tide Randall. What is that? Are you killing rats?
Services plus specific services like bed bug, roach, and flea control. Even if you can't see them,
Yeah, hopefully it becomes a tropical storm status. As the water temperatures cool, the hurricanes cannot get enough strength to do much damage, if any. Exactly, truck driver Terry. Truck driver Terry and our weather. The cat is up to on me right now. Oh, okay. You and your cat are trying to see who's gonna get, which is gonna get the most rats. I see. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Downtown Development Authority of NEWNAN had a meeting yesterday morning. They discussed the next meeting date is Thursday, November 14th, 8 a.m. at the second floor conference room at the NEWNAN City Hall. They talked about the Rock and Roll Festival street closings that's going to go on November 12th at 2:30 p.m. Also, events like the Wind Up and Oktoberfest that's encouraging participants to physically enter stores and have more opportunity for your business. Merchants to contribute on First Friday, a brand new event series led by David Boyd. The next DDA meeting is Thursday, November 14th, 8 a.m. Second floor conference room at NEWNAN City Hall. More news in a moment.
Hello, this is co-pastor Patricia McMahon from Applying. I would like to invite you to tune in to the Sunday school teacher each Sunday morning at 8 a.m. on this station, WQEE. We will give you the weekly lesson. So tune in
Rat and monkey both are animals that waste.
for the Sunday school teacher. I'll be waiting for
For East Alabama, which
Ooh, really? Really?
here on the Sunny FM radio network. Authorities in Lineville County say that they've seen a disturbing trend of teenagers with guns in the last few weeks. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on with this and to watch out for your kids. Incident reports from across Coweta County this week include arrests for offenses such as theft, drug possession, disorderly conduct, and assault, with all suspects being taken into custody. Well, an 8-man Granville council meeting managed to explode on Monday night into some fire. Councilmember Dee Berry, she protested a clash with the mayor over a $1 million water main contract and other things going on within the city of Granville. In Valley, Alabama, the Valley Sports Place is reminding you to sign up for the 2024-2025 basketball registration.
They're holy animals, really. You learn something new every day. Funny part is your cat brings them to me like I'm going to cook them for him. Hey, you need to. I mean, no, I'm just kidding, Randall. He loves you. Just saying, look what I did, Daddy. That's what he's saying, Randall. I got them rats. They're not going to mess around outside, Daddy. That's what your cat is saying. Your cat's like, this is my house.
More East Alabama, West Georgia news on the Sunny FM radio network. From the Valley PD, well, Sergeant Dudson sending these over this morning. The 2200 block of Calvary Crescent, an arrest was made for endangerment of the welfare of a child. Also, an arrest made for domestic violence, third degree, harassing communications at the 300 block of WF Burns Drive in Valley. No reports from the Lanett Police Department this morning, all quiet in the Lanett area. Nothing from the West Point as well as Hogansville. That's a look at your incident reports around the area on the Sunny FM radio networks. East Alabama, West Georgia news.
Are you looking for that special gift this year for your daughter, sister, mother, grandmother, or best friend? Get the gift of safety and
Vermin.
Hi, Holly Reese.
I can just, when you say that word vermin, Barton, I can just remember that somebody going, yep, I'm going to get that vermin.
Classes are weekly, in person.
Rat is the rider of an elephant head. Monkey King. Wow, bro. Thank you for telling us some of that stuff.
WarriorDefenders.com. I'm here to help you customize the perfect gift for the ones you love.
And now back to the RyanORadio Penitentiary with Ryan O'Neal on the Sunny FM radio networks.
Welcome back in. 68 degrees out there in the metro Atlanta area. Of course, 69 in Lanett Valley, West Point, the greater Valley area. I think they've moved up to 68 in Lineville. They're still an hour behind. Why are you guys still an hour behind? We just had the time change. When we fell back, we should have all been on the same time. I'm just kidding. I already know the answer to that question. Just messing with you guys in Lineville. All right, which of these killers do you think should be released from prison? Charles Manson, 45% of the votes. Ted Bundy, 5% of the votes. Jeffrey Dahmer, 5% of the votes. Or any other, 45% of the votes. We told you a couple of weeks ago that the Menendez brothers have a lawyer, a DA, saying, hey, these guys should be released from jail because they served their time. The reason that poll question is so weird this morning and oxymoron, as one of my great listeners from Missouri would say, Daniel, the reason it is because this story I'm about to talk about right quick, guys, is True Crime Thursday. We usually have a great guest. Next week, we'll have a great guest. Elizabeth Sarles, the author of the Birthday Bash, will join us next Thursday morning on the network, and she and I are going to talk about unsolved homicides in small town USA. That's coming up next week, so get ready for that. Also on Monday, Coach Tommy Lewis returns with the landmark Christian War Eagles in the first period. We'll also have on Tuesday our good friends Richard Holdridge from the Sports Beat in period number 2 and Shane B in period number 3 of movie reviews. On Wednesday of next week, Sally Toole from Histories and Mysteries online. Her and her family are Family Feud champions, but she's also a tour guide, an author, an actress, and more. And she'll tell us about some of the tours her and her family have took around, the histories and the mysteries behind it in Georgia and Alabama. Coming up for you next Wednesday. Next Thursday, we'll have our Elizabeth Sarles with us. And next Friday, I've got a special guest coming on the show locally as well. So get ready for all that. I hear them going off out there. And it's a good way to have the sirens going off when it's time to do True Crime Thursday. Thank you, NEWNAN Police Department, for coming by. Hopefully whatever they're going to is going to be a short call, but it worked out perfect, guys. 61-year-old Palm Beach County woman, this is your neck of the woods, Keith, who had killed her ex-husband's wife in the 1990s while dressed as a killer clown, was released from prison less than 2 years after she pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. Her name is Sheila Keene Warren. She left prison on Saturday, November 2nd. She was 27 years of age at the time of the arrest. And she dressed as a clown and killed her ex-husband's wife. Now, sometimes some stories are saying it's her husband. I don't know how that could be. And him be married to somebody else. I mean, in Colorado and parts in Utah and parts of places like that, we can have 2 or 3 wives. I can see that, but not in Florida. Killer clown is what I call her. She was dressed as a clown, and I call her dressing up as a killer clown. That's why the poll question is the oxymoron of the day, brothers and sisters. Man, she is out at 61. She went in at 27. And of course, they say they served her time, and I understand that. I understand that the law is the law, but my goodness, just clowning around. That's right, Martin. It's a bunch of clowns. But I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, Sweetleaf says, a killer clown. Remember those back a few years ago? I do remember that, brother, from the Navajo Nation on the feed. He's talking to us this morning. Thank you from the Navajo Nation and Earth Rock Radio for participating. Yeah, man, this is wow. I can't believe this kind of stuff is happening. Ryan, it looks like she stole her husband. She can't blame her. She stole her husband. The woman stole the other woman's husband, so she killed her. Bolly says, you can't blame her for killing. Well, what is she going to do at age 61? Maybe go work at a mini mart or something? I don't know. But this is why the question is the oxymoron of the day, because this woman got out. And of course, we told you not too long ago that the Menendez brothers they've got a DA saying, hey, they've served their time of killing their parents back in the 90s. So there you go. Good morning, Jay. How you doing, Jay? He said Manson should get out and be forced to do free folk concerts in the park. He should have got out and did that. Yeah. What did he do? Helter Skelter. Helter Skelter. Janet. Hey, I got some artists coming up a little bit later this hour that someone was connected to Charles Manson. You guys are going to hear that a little later on. Good morning, Jay. Thank you for joining us on the YouTube feed. Like, subscribe, and share there if you guys do not mind. Oh, man. We got more true crime news for you on this True Crime Thursday edition of the RyanORadio Penitentiary. We're still at 68 degrees. Here's the latest from CBS Radio News.
Rodriguez. 2 days after the election, President-elect Donald Trump is laying the groundwork for his second term in the White House. CBS's Jim Rosen said,
Yeah, everything tax-free. That would be great. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to wait and see how it works out first. I just hope people within his own party don't do him the way people in the Democratic Party did Joe Biden. They go after the elder statesman. Didn't Manson kidnap a Beach Boy and force him into work on that? No, he was friends with the drummer from the Beach Boy, one of the Beach Boys.
as for the president-elect's legal troubles, CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levin said the two federal cases almost certainly will end quickly. Reporting indicates that special counsel Jerry Smith, who's the prosecutor who brought these cases, is actually already making plans to wind them down. Mr. Trump has promised to pardon.
Yeah, only in some movie it was, but in real life he was friends with the guy. Because he was just a hippie getting high with a bunch of women. And the dude, of course, wanted to, I mean, you know how, hey, ask Martin about those times. He had to be around. He'll tell you. He'll tell you there was free women everywhere. I'm just telling you, you came from that time, brother. Dennis Wilson. He was the drummer and one of the Wilson brothers there was like a cousin there. There was mostly brothers. He was the drummer of Beach Boys at that time, and he hung out with Charles Manson and the Manson family. But that's why some people like Martin from his era say he didn't believe Manson had anything to do with it because he had a lot of these hippies hanging out. They were just sweet leafing it up.
Sunshine expected late in the afternoon, continuing to be very warm. High near 77 winds, light and variable. A few clouds from time to time on Friday night with light and variable winds, a low near 63. Saturday, cloudy, high near 74. East winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Cloudy for the evening, a few showers from here and there. 30% chance of rain coming in for Saturday night. East winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And showers are likely for your Sunday with a high in the 70s and low. That's your East Alabama, West Georgia, West forecast. Like your sunny FM radio network.
Ready to earn some sweet Southern rewards? Check out the Southern Rewards Cashback account from Southern States Bank, where debit card transactions earn you cash back. With our Southern
Yep, he
Rewards
was.
account,
Because the guy that was going to record, he thought he had a recording contract because he was buddies with Dennis. Dennis hooked him up with this guy. This guy turned him down because the music sucked, and that's why they were mad about it. And, you know, Sharon Tate and all them were just innocent victims in it. I always felt like they were innocent, that they didn't really go after them for who they were. They just, whoever was in the house at the time. But it would have been great if some good old redneck boy would have been in the house at the time. And then he'd come in and try to kill him and like, pow, 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 pow. You would have never heard about the man's adventure. Oh. But I always felt like that they were innocent bystanders that got murdered. They really didn't have a vendetta against them.
Braves Country is a Southern sports talk show. Back to King of the Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Braves Country. Back to
True, Martin.
Weekdays, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
No, he won't. Oh, Lord. I know you're joking now, Bolly. Damn, Bolly, you're funny. Doris Day's son was living in that house, but moved out, and Sharon Tate moved in. Exactly, Martin. And he was mad at Doris Day's son, who was a music producer, who didn't want to record Charles Manson's album because Manson wasn't that good. And Manson didn't want to hear he wasn't that good. I know a few real life Mansons out there that don't. I tell them they're not that good in music and radio, and they get mad. Welcome back in, guys. 68 degrees in the metro Atlanta area of Newnan, 69 in the greater Valley area. And ladies and gentlemen, we are holding at 67 in Lineville. A couple other newsworthy notes and weather temperatures around the country coming from my listeners via the internet. I just want to go ahead and tell you it's 28 degrees and going down in Washington State, 69 mostly cloudy in Pennsylvania, 62 in Virginia, 42 and clear skies in Illinois, as truck driver Terry is heading from Illinois to Ohio, and 82 degrees in Palm Beach, Florida, where the killer clown herself got released. Now she's on the beach today. True Crime Thursday, guys. We got the best in true crime news stories throughout the whole entire morning. And speaking of that, we're going to play and just after the break, we got a true crime connected to an artist that we're going to play for you on the network. So get ready for that. 38 minutes past the hour. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. If we don't see you again, a very, very good night. Let's take a look at a couple other true crime stories for you in the world of true crime news. True crime news. I'm trying to make it scarier than it is. But before we get into anything else, our poll question this morning has to do with which of these killers do you think should have been released from prison? Charles Manson, 42% of the votes. Any other, 46% of the votes. 8% for Jeffrey Dahmer. Ugh. He liked to eat people. And Ted Bundy, 4%. There you go. Good, tasty morning. We got a little short story on Charles Manson. Yes, he went to jail because he was the leader of a cult. Some people believe the man had nothing to do with the murders, but the story behind it, we're going to get into it right before we head into, after the next break, we'll talk about Charles Manson, his connection to the Beach Boys, and more in just a few moments. But first, I got to get you some More true crime news. Here's some of the true crimes, guys, you can check out. Most powerful serial killer believed to have killed in 1977 homicide victim whose remains was just identified. This one just coming in, man. This is a news story. In 1977, it happened in Goose Creek, South Carolina. Investigators recently identified the homicide victim whose remains were found back in 1977, nearly 3 years after she disappeared. Workers clearing brush initially found a partial skeletal remains near Highway 52 in Goose Creek, South Dakota. Authorities determined the victim was a female between the ages of 20 and 75 at the time. Due to the condition of remains, investigators were unable to determine her weight, height, eye color, or anything else. They just called her a Jane Doe. Well, just recently, the Jane Doe, ladies and gentlemen, was identified. Of course, she was identified as Lilia Bryant, 51 years of age at the time. She was missing in North Charleston, South Carolina, and according to the police department there, since March of 1974. I guess she was missing since then. Sam Little, who's a serial killer known in that area, admitted to strangling an unknown woman at a nightclub he met in North Charleston. Little reportedly said her remains, he left them along the side of Highway 52. Little, who the FBI called the nation's most unusual serial killer, confessed to killing more than 93 people from 1970 to 2005. He died at age 80 in a California hospital in December of 2020. He was reportedly serving life sentence at the time. So we're glad that she was her family were able to get the answers they needed, at least the grandkids and great grandkids. But man, oh man, that many years not knowing where your family member disappeared to, it was a sad, sad situation. Missouri mom found dead 5 months after going missing. This is over in your neck of the woods, Daniel. Actually, I think that we've already talked about that one. Sorry. All right, let's see. Let's get recent ones. So there you go. A little true crime for you. It's True Crime Thursday. We'd like to go through some of the true crime news stories and get that out to you. A woman who killed and dismembered her mom and grilled remains convicted and behind bars. What? This happened in Landover, Maryland, ladies and gentlemen. A woman who has been convicted of killing and dismembering her 71-year-old mother after an argument over fraud of credit card charges is now behind bars. November 1st, the jury found Candace Craig guilty of first-degree murder, second-degree murder, tampering with evidence, and disposing of a body in an unauthorized place in connection with the death of her mother, Margaret Craig. According to the Prince George County State Attorney's Office there, this case rocked the entire region. On June 2nd, officers responded to a home after worried about an individual reported that had not been spoken with Miss Crane for several days. Police made contact with Crane's daughter, Candace Crane, at the scene. She allowed them to come in and search the residence. Officers ended up smelling an immediate smell of odor of something that didn't seem right, and they went around and found in the basement the mother's body. The state attorney said that the defendant's actions seemed very intentional. Earlier this year, she reportedly pleaded guilty to accessory to murder after the fact, says this woman, Craig. Wow. Ooh. This is Missouri. People are crazy nowadays. Good Lord. You do know, I just want to let everybody know as we get ready to go on a break, you do know that all this stuff has always been going on. It's just now in 2024, it's just easier for us to video everything. We've got camcorders in our hands, guys. This is why we feel like there's more going on today than ever before. Well, could be. We'll talk about a Pennsylvania man in just a few moments, as well as, ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about this. Coming up after the break, the Beach Boys and Charles Manson. What? We'll talk a little bit about that case. If you don't, most of you know, but some of you don't know. I'll give you my thoughts on that. Which of these killers do you think should have been released from prison? Charles Manson got 42% of the votes. Any others have 46% of the votes. Jeffrey Dahmer eating his way at 8% of the votes. And Ted Bundy, the conservative lawyer, getting 4% of the votes. There you go. More True Crime Thursday right after this.
You're listening to the RyanORadio Penitentiary with Ryan O'Neal right here on the Sunny FM radio network. Back right after this.
That's our sports now. In the NHL, the Winnipeg Jets win for the 12th time in 13 games. It's a 3-0 win over Utah.
Hellwood stopped all 21 Utah shots for his second shutout of the season. He got strong offensive support from Nico Niederreiter, who scored twice to celebrate the 900th game of his NHL career. Niederreiter's 2 goals both came in the third period, after Gabriel Velarde had put Winnipeg up 1-0 with a power play goal with 2:03 remaining in the second period.
That's correspondent Tom Merriam reporting. Other winners were Carolina, Toronto, Buffalo, Calgary, the New York Islanders, St. Louis, Los Angeles, Colorado, Vancouver, and San Jose. In the NBA, Philadelphia 76ers center Joel Embiid has been suspended by the league for 3 games without pay for shunning a member of the
Daylight savings time was last Sunday. Yes, it was.
SRNs.
What's that? I feel like it should be 7 a.m. right now. Yeah, it should be, right? Oh, glory.
College football, undefeated Oregon got top billing in the first set of rankings on the road. College football's new 12th.
No wonder my week has felt like I was being lazy.
Oregon third and Miami fourth. The first of 6 weekly polls.
I know, right?
Release. Staying with college football, Oklahoma State coach Mike Gundy apologized on social media for comments he made about the team's critics during the media session. Oklahoma State was one of the favorites to compete in the Big 12 this season. Cowboys were alone in last place.
Good morning. Hello?
Hi, this is Emily calling.
Likely to miss at least 4 games when moved to injured reserve because of his strained hamstring. This is SRN Sport.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location. 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newnan. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newnan.
One of the ways that we experience transformation here in Newnan City Church is through local missions. After pastoring for 30 years, one of the things I've learned is there's a distinct difference between someone who just shows up on Sundays and that's their quote, check the box, their spiritual journey, versus those who actually serve outside the walls of the church, be in the hands and feet of Jesus. And we believe that those who actually serve, transformation takes place in their own lives. That's why local missions is one of them. Hi, I'm Dr. Lewis Boynton. I'm a counselor that works here in the Metro Atlanta area. I'm offering my services as a counselor. Contact me if you need my services at my website,
We had somebody was listening to the doc. I was talking to somebody yesterday. It was like, hey, there's a what happened, Hot Buns? Daylight savings time doesn't change in Arizona. We're always on one time. Oh, yeah, it does. It doesn't in Arizona as well as Indiana. Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. Hello to Old Glory joining us on the YouTube page. We got it going on. They're talking about daylight savings time there. All right, we got more true crime for you coming up this hour. Next hour, also, we'll do a little sports, give you the top 12 teams that they've already kind of predicted that might go to the SEC or to the championship playoff this year. We'll talk about that and a couple of other headline news for you and get you ready for tonight's CBS lineup. I can't wait to see Georgia and Mandy's first marriage, Ghost, and the new Matlock, which is not anything like the old Matlock, just to let you guys know. We'll talk all about that and so much more. What's going on for the holidays on NBC. Good morning, Sharon, Iowa. We welcome you in. 68 degrees out there, guys. We continue to move on with True Crime Thursday. A 46-year-old man stands accused of killing his girlfriend in their shared home by allegedly hitting her in the head with a hammer. All right, in the early hours of November 2nd, Pennsylvania State Police responded to an apartment of a report of a deceased female. Troopers located 34-year-old Jessica Zipkin. She died at the scene with a fatal wound to the back of the head. Prosecutors said they recovered a hammer near the body of the victim, and an autopsy reported that Zipkin died of blunt force trauma to the head, and her death was ruled a homicide. November 2nd, DA's office in the Pennsylvania area announced that Zipkin's boyfriend, William Carey, was arrested on suspicion of her death, and faces charges of first-degree murder, third-degree murder, and possession of an instrument of crime. Carey appeared in court for his arraignment on November 2nd and remains behind the Montgomery County Correction Facility without bail. He is set to appear in court again November 13th. Man, this is a sad situation. People killing people, friends killing people, friends and family killing people. Don't even know why he would have did it, but looking at him, he seems like the kind of guy that's not a harmless guy, looking at his picture. Check out all these news stories on the WQEQ page. You can see the photos and pictures from our true crime news. We always have everything on our WQEQ page. Everything that has to do with the WQEE, WZZV, the all-new WVEQ, and everything that's going on all those stations, music and more, and programming. So make sure you stay tuned to all of that. Of course, we'll get you all the headline news. I was told the other day that we are the source for headline news. I was out speaking with a local attorney's office, and they were like, you guys have so much news on your Facebook and YouTube and all over your network. We appreciate that. And just to let you guys know, we are definitely going to keep it going. Local national news. National news every 30 minutes on the hour, top and bottom of the hours. 15 past the hour, we get all your local news from around the area of the state and local. And 15 till, we'll do a little sports, but if there's some important news, we also have breaking news that comes in this morning. True Crime Thursday continues, and I'm going to talk a little true crime mixed in with this next batch of stuff. All right. Everybody knows about Charles Manson. We know he went and killed Sharon Tate and people that were there that night. But it was Doris Day's son, who was a music producer at the time, that turned down Charles Manson because Charlie, he couldn't play. Okay, he was not a very good singer, and he barely knew his chords on his guitars. But he thought he was going to get a record deal because he became friends with Dennis Carl Wilson, who was one of the co-founders of the Beach Boys and the drummer and the middle brother of Brian and Carl Wilson. This was the only true surfer in the Beach Boys, and his personal life for the California Myth and the band's early songs that were out there celebrated. He also known with his association with the Manson family and co-starred in a 1971 movie, Two-Lane Blacktop. Yep. He served as the drum and baritone backing vocals for the Beach Boys. His playing can be heard on many of their group's hits, from Little Bird to Forever, Cuddle Up, You're So Beautiful. He also co-wrote that song in 1974 with Joe Cocker. So many other great songs. Alcoholism and cocaine and drugs is really cocaine and heroin and drugs is really what killed him. But in April 6, 1968, Wilson was driving through Malibu when he noticed two female hitchhikers, a woman named Patricia and Ellen Joe. He picked them up and dropped them off at their destination. April 11th, Wilson noticed the same two girls hitchhiking. This time he took them home at the 144,000 Sunset Boulevard. He told the girls about their involvement And then, of course, they showed them their guru, a guy named Charles Manson, who had been out of jail for the last 12 years. Winston then went into recording sessions. When he returned later that night, he was met in a driveway by Charles Manson, who walked up to the home with him, hung out with him, brought the young girls with him, and they were members of the Manson family. Manson claimed that Wilson was invited him to his house on Sunset Boulevard and Los Angeles. And of course, he also said he was going to meet with Doris Day's son, who was a recording artist at the time, a producer at the time. And Manson's music wasn't so good, but the guy was a producer of the Byrds. His name was Terry. And he was living in this house. And then, of course, he ended up moving out, and moving in was Sharon Tate and her husband, who was an actor, famous actor, who was at the time filming the series, filming a movie. So there you go. That's the connection this morning. Here we go. Yeah, we don't need it anymore. It was originally for farmers. 34 and a high, 52 today. Okay. That's true. Most of them are automatic now too, Cher.
Lanett, WZEV 90.5 FM Lineville, Jordan Communication Station.
Support for this podcast and the following message come from Energy, where everyone can invest in the world's top renewable energy markets. Explore renewable
All right, let's see.
investments and get started with as little as $100.
Yeah, they drive themselves now, guys.
Energia.com/BR.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Dave Maddock. Could be days before it's known whether Republicans or Democrats will control the House in the next Congress. Many House races have yet to be called. The GOP will control the Senate come January after flipping several seats in the November election. They include the seat held by three-term Democratic Senator John Tester of Montana. He lost to Republican Tim Sheehan. Vice President Harris conceded the presidential race to Donald Trump yesterday before addressing supporters in Washington, D.C. And NPR's Chevron has
Harris spoke at her alma mater, Howard University, and said the results of the election weren't what she wanted, but that the light of America's promise still burns bright.
While I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign.
Harris urged young people in the crowd not to give up, even though they may feel disappointed. She said now is the time for them to roll up their sleeves rather than throwing up their hands. Harris's running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, attended, as did former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Deepa Shivaram, NPR News, Washington.
President Biden called Donald Trump yesterday to congratulate him on his election win, that's according to the White House. It says Biden invited Trump to the White House. Biden will address the nation from there later this morning. European leaders have been congratulating Donald Trump on his election win. Still, as NPR's Eleanor Beardsley reports from Paris, many Europeans have negative views.
Getting out of code is sucks. You got that right.
The Paris Climate Accord slapped massive tariffs on Europe.
Keep on going, guys.
Threatened the future of NATO and cozied up to Russian President Vladimir Putin. But this time, with a war raging in Ukraine, the stakes are even higher for Europe, says Parisian Laetitia Lebenois.
So I think it's quite scary. If there's no more help for Ukraine, Russia would invade the rest.
Facing the prospect of a more isolationist America, many Europeans say the continent needs to take charge of its destiny in key sectors like defense. But Hungary's authoritarian leader Viktor Orban, Trump's only EU ally, called the former president's re-election a much-needed victory for the world. Eleanor Beardsley, NPR News, Paris.
Wall Street closed at record highs yesterday as a result of Donald Trump's election win. The Dow added 1,508 points to finish more than 3.5% higher. The S&P 500 gained more than 2.5%. The Nasdaq added 544 points to finish nearly 3% higher. Later today, the Federal Reserve is expected to announce another cut in interest rates. It would be the Fed's second rate cut in a row, with inflation easing amid a slowdown in the job market. This is NPR News from Washington.
mintmobile.com/switch.
Time for your East Alabama, West Georgia weather forecast right here on the Sunny FM radio network. Cloudy today, high near 76, winds light and variable. Party lights skies tonight, fog. Villanelle rain, low near 65, winds light and variable. Cloudy early on Friday, with partial sunshine expected late in the afternoon. Continuing to be very warm, high near 77, winds light and variable. A few clouds from time to time on Friday night with light and variable winds, low near 63. Saturday, cloudy, high near 74.
No problem, Mo Glory. We welcome you back.
Some sweet Southern rewards. Check out the Southern Rewards Cashback account from Southern States Bank, where debit card transactions earn you cashback. With our Southern Rewards Cashback account, you can earn up to $30 a month. Sign up for your Southern Rewards Cashback account today. Terms and conditions apply. Visit your nearest branch or check us out online at southernstatesbank.net to learn more. Southern States Bank, your bank, your rewards. Housing lender, member FDIC, and MLS number 410611.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newnan. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newnan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bruce Wing, and I'm a counselor that works here in the Metro Atlanta area. I'm offering my services as a counselor. Contact me if you need my services at my website, or you can reach me at my number, 470-215-0167. If you're in need
Here we go. We'll keep him on prayers, oh glory. We're getting ready to go on. More Dumb Crook news. Oh, you know what that is? You know that music. It's that time once again. Is he coming into the studios? Is he's on his way? It's time to go to work, as John Cena would say. Oh, yeah. Yes, indeed. That's because I'm on the radio, John. Unless you're watching on YouTube, you can't really see me. I'm on the radio. All right, welcome back in, guys. It is now 69 degrees in the metro Atlanta area of Newnan. Up another degrees in the Greater Valley area at 70. It's going to get up in the 70s today. That's about as hot as it's supposed to get. All right, let's look at what's going on with some of your temperatures. Time and temperature at 9 minutes past the hour. We're continuing this True Crime Thursday, and we'll talk a little sports and a little wrestling. They went head-to-head last night. WWE NXT in ECW's arena taking on AEW Dynamite. And the only good part of the AEW Dynamite show was the Hurt syndication, a.k.a. the former Hurt Business. All right, it's 34 degrees and a high of 54 in Iowa, according to Cher. Also 42 degrees in Illinois, 62 degrees in Virginia, 69 and mostly cloudy in Pennsylvania, 28 and going down in Washington State, and feeling good at 82 degrees in Palm Beach, Florida. Lucky you, Keith. All right, welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. You guys are tuned in here on several different networks. We are on the, of course, Jordan Communication Family Radio Station, Sunny FM Radio Networks. We're on 99.1 FM, WQEE in Newnan. You can listen to us on stream at WQEEFM.radio12345.com. We're on WZZV WZZV 100.3 FM in Lagrange, WVRQ.radio12345.com there. Also, we're on the all-new Sunny WVEQ 98.7 FM, Lanett, Alabama. And you can listen to us on Sunny 98.radio12345.com. We're on the British Columbia, Isles of Canada's Canadian radio show station. Actually, it's one of my streams. It's my stream. We're on the RyanORadio media page, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's stream sites there from iHeartRadio to Amazon Prime and the Spreaker.com. We're all over the Navajo Nation, Arizona, as well as, of course, New Mexico with real internet radio stations on Earth Rock Radio. 250,000 plus of you listening to us on the radio networks from East Alabama to West Georgia, and Metro Atlanta. And we're on, of course, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube and Facebook. And of course, with the YouTube and Facebook, Real Radio utilizes that for professional reasons, not for sitting in our mom's basement. I'm actually in a studio in Newnan. There's actually a whole studios in Lanett, Alabama. Actual real studios. And the studios in Lanett, Alabama have 3 studios in one in the radio station they have. In front, Sunny Station. Second, right there, WZZV, Victory 100.3. In the middle, it is our offices. And on the other side, WQMK TV 18. And I'm right here in downtown Newnan at WQEE. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, we're everywhere. Real radio for real people. Okay, I'm not going to deal with that. Is this the Crank Callers? Good morning. Crank Caller, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you a Crank Caller? Hello? You a Crank Caller? Thank you very much. Goodbye. Well, they didn't want to stay on when I called them a Crank Caller. Yes, they know they're not supposed to be calling here. They've been put on a no-call list. All right, let's get back into it. A couple more true crime news stories. We'll get ready for is your refrigerator running? That's a good one I should use. Well, a couple more true crime stories, plus we'll get ready for some sports and a little wrestling wrap-up, including right here with what's going on NBC and CBS. And CBS is tonight lineup. I got to tell you, I'm excited about that. All right, let's jump into it. Atlanta, Georgia. Another true crime news story coming from Atlanta, Georgia. This time, when Bill Hayes studied music in college, he told his mother that he didn't see himself as a teacher, but after volunteering one day at a Kentucky elementary school, it changed his life. He said, "I see why you like it, Mom." Kay White, his mother, is a former school teacher herself. And of course, Hayes taught music in public school more than 30 years in his time in Georgia. And of course, at E. Rivers Elementary School. 9 years after his death, the murderer has been arrested, and he's never been convicted of a crime as well. And right now, behind the investigation going on, as Cobb County District Attorney's Office, hopefully they're going to get rid of this or put this guy behind bars for the murder of a school teacher. When Hayes went, he was a conductor at Alpharetta City Band. And of course, Hayes had music most of his life. And before Christmas of 2016, he was found dead inside a Sandy Springs storage facility at age 53. And we'll keep you abreast of what's going on with the trial against his murderer, who they finally found. I think his name was Dan Hess. Dan Hess is the man that's accused of murdering Mr. Hayes. So that case is going on. Hess is found compliant, and he faces charges in the Cobb County first-degree murder because he allegedly killed, not only that, he killed his mother too. This guy, he could go to jail for life. Killing 2 people, they could call that a serial killer, but I call that a crazy folk, as they would say in the South. 8 years after his arrest, an accused murderer awaits trial. So we'll keep you abreast of what's going on there in Cobb County. Which of these killers do you think should be released from prison? We told you about a woman who dressed up as a clown to kill her ex-husband's wife in Florida, just released. She was convicted at age 27, released just over the weekend at age 61. And that's why I'm saying this is our poll question. Which of these killers do you think should have been released from prison? Charles Manson, 41% of the votes. Ted Bundy, 7% of the votes. Jeffrey Dahmer, 7% of the votes. And any other, which could include the Menendez brothers or anybody else, 44% of the votes. That also is on our Facebook page. Go to our Facebook page at WQEE. And of course, you can tell us which one or any other that you feel should have been let go or released from prison. And I died in prison like Charles Manson did. Now, I believe Charles Manson, he was a cult leader. I believe there was a lot more to it than just what had happened. I know some people, well, he physically didn't do the killings, but he was kind of the cult leader behind. He was kind of one that got in people's heads. But we told you before the break there, he was friend with Brian Wilson, the drummer of the Beach Boys, who kind of shrugged off, hey, yeah, we'll see if we can get you a record deal. Manson thought he was really going to be a singer. Just think if Charles Manson would have got a record deal, he'd have been a famous singer in the 60s, and he'd have had maybe one hit wonder, and everybody been like, remember that Charles Manson, that one hit wonder? Now he's more famous as a cult leader. Yes, would you want to be a cult leader? I'm just kidding. All right, after the break, we got a dumb crook of the day for you. We'll do dumb crook news next, and we still have some sports news and run down what's going on television tonight and your holidays. There you go. Jeeper says, yes, he'd have been a one-hit wonder. You never heard a story before that Brian Wilson, the drummer from Beach Boys, was friends with the Mansons because the two of the Manson girls kind of flirted with him. He took them home. Yeah. And that's why the producer, Terry, that had moved out of the house, he was mad at him because Terry turned him down because he wasn't that good of a singer. And that's why I think Sharon Tate and them ended up dead. Back in a moment. Stay with us. Good morning. Good morning. You're on the RyanORadio Penitentiary.
You're listening to the RyanORadio Penitentiary with RyanORadio right here on the Sunny FM radio network. Back right after this.
Hello? They know this is a business and they keep calling.
Southern States Bank. At Southern States Bank, we're not just your bankers, we're your partners. Our team is deeply rooted in the community. We take pride in providing personalized service. Come to Southern States Bank.
Who is calling? You know, those people from the call center.
Check us out at SouthernStatesBank.net. Southern States Bank, your community, your bank. NEWNAN member of FDIC and MLS number 410641.
For East Alabama, West Georgia news right here on the Sunny FM radio network. Y'all your news leader.
Yes, I'm on the no call list, but they know they still gonna call. They don't care. That's the problem with these telemarketers. They don't care. We just went and put them in jail for it. Hey, there you go. Can I interest you in a magazine subscription? I wish it was that simple. They're trying to give me insurance and trying to give me a funeral. Your final days. And it's the same call center over and over. They got different things they offer. Please don't freeze up. Hello, good morning.
Hey, can I interest you in a used pair of Fruit of the Looms this morning, son?
Yeah, sure. How much are they?
$99.99.
Oh, if you come down on that price, I might get them.
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna send you a name of a guy. He's a consumer advocate.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy one. I think they're about $50. They may be a little less, but what it is, basically, he's got did a lot of research, and since the No Call Act of 1990, whatever the heck it was, way back when.
Right.
A lot of people forgot that it is definitely, just like Mark D said that one time, it is actually illegal for them to call you unless you have solicited them. Same thing with the emails trying to get you to buy such and scam, the scammers. So I'll send you a link and take a look at it, see what you think. I think I'm going to buy one. It tells you how to take the information down, numbers and that kind of thing. Send them a letter, and it could. they would have, they would have to pay you.
Okay.
Like $300 a call.
Okay.
So I'll send you that information.
Do it.
But also, because that aggravates me when they keep calling you like that on the air. I know it throws your train of thought off.
It does.
If you've got a sponsor that wants to hear, or if you've got a person that
interview
your show to call in, I know it gives them up too.
Well, they really can't hear on the other side. It just kind of makes them silent, and it irritates me because they can't hear me. They can't hear me. It's like is when if I'm talking.
I got you. Yeah, I'll send that information to you. I did look up. I think it's called DoNotCall.gov. Anyway, if you just look on there, the Do Not Call list. If you Google Do Not Call list, it'll take you to the government website.
Yep.
And I thought my number was on the list. My wife's number has been on the list since like 2005. Mine wasn't ever put on the list, so I'll put mine on the list.
I did mine. I did the stations. I did the stations the other day. I did the stations over the weekend, and that's why I'm surprised they're still calling because I put it on there.
Well, they said on the website, it says that they have 30 days.
Ah, okay. That's what I didn't read then.
30 days.
I didn't read the fine print.
Yeah, so after 30 days, I'm going to start making some money. I'm going to get that guy, he's called a kid.
Okay.
Making calls in the cash. I'll send you the link, let you look at it.
Sounds good to me.
All right, brother. I just want to let you know that.
I appreciate it.
Help is on the way, son. Help is on the way.
That's what I need. Thank you.
All right, brother.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye. Yeah, I should hire you, and you can. I'll let you do whatever you want to do to them. Oh, they call while somebody's on the air. See, I didn't read the fine print. That's what makes sense now. Looks like every time this time of day, my computer wants to freeze up. It's not like I needed that dumb crook news thing to be up. No. Thank you. Wow, internet. These other ones are on different internets. That's why it works. Here we go. Good morning. Welcome to the Do Not Call list.
Hi.
Hello, welcome to the Do Not Call list. Can I help you? Dang, she was a girl. I could have got a date for you guys. Single guys out there. Dadgummit. Welcome back into the RyanORadio Penitentiary on this twisted True Crime Thursday morning. That's right. We're about 26 minutes past the hour, still holding about 69 degrees in the metro Atlanta area of NEWNAN and 70 degrees in the Chattahoochee Valley there. We hope you are enjoying your morning just right as we're getting ready to get you ready for some dumb crook news. I think you guys are going to love this. Some of you remember my old Dumb Crook news from back in the day. So we're going to see if these Dumb Crook news stories stay the same or they change. Sometimes we don't change the name to protect. We do not want to protect the innocent here. You're like, that's me, right? You don't want to protect the innocent. No, we don't want to protect the innocent. Or the stupid. Don't protect the innocent or stupid, Ryan. Speaking of that one, we got one for you this morning. Oh, my goodness. Dumb crooks. And here they go again, dumb and crooking it. Hello, good morning. You're on the do not call list.
Hello?
You're on the do not call list. All right. I think those telemarketers are probably less intelligent than some of my dumb crooks I'm going to tell you about. At least my dumb crooks try. And I mean, everybody try them only twice, but they only try twice. They don't try 100 times a day. All right. An alleged meth user in Bedford, Massachusetts, in Bedford, Indiana, I should say, landed herself behind bars when she called the Indiana police to rat out her drug dealer. Calling the cops, 911. Hey, my drug dealer, he hadn't showed up with my drugs. That's not what's supposed to be. 34-year-old Sarah Harris dialed 911 twice in January to complain that she was supplied with a big baggie of methamphetamine. She sent the money. She sent the cash out to him. She cashed out some money. And, well, she said that they never brought it by. And she said that she said, look, the last time I bought some meth from them, it was bad. Oh my God. Here's, speaking of meth addicts. Good morning. Good morning. Who is this? Is this don't call list people? You've been put on no call list. Why do you keep calling? I was told by one of my listeners it takes up about 30 days. Ugh. Irritating the living mess out of me when I'm trying to do a show. All right, well, there you go. Sarah Harris allegedly called 911 to report her drug dealer sold her a bad batch of meth, and then the second time he didn't show up. Hey, if you're a drug dealer, you better make sure your drugs are on the up and up when you sell them to your clients, okay? Or they're going to call the law on you. Of course, Sarah was arrested because she admitted to doing all this. So, Jesus Christ. Dumb crooks. You know what, guys? You just never know. You never know. All right, here's the latest from CBS Radio News to get you ready. 30 minutes past the hour. Hey, good morning, Gail. Linda McMahon. Linda McMahon is a part of it. Okay.
As for the president-elect's legal troubles, CBS
CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson.
The two federal cases almost certainly will end quickly. Reporting indicates that Special Counsel Jack Smith, who's the prosecutor who brought these cases, is actually
No, she's Vince McMahon's wife.
Mr. Trump has promised to pardon some January 6th rioters. His campaign says he'll decide on a case-by-case basis. The Fed is expected to announce another quarter of a point interest rate cut. Perhaps up until a meeting in Washington.
Let you know everything you know. Yep, running her she had a memorable Senate run.
What happens next with the Federal Reserve is really dependent on the policies of the Trump administration. Fueled by extreme winds is tearing through Ventura County, devouring homes, trapping people inside. Fire Chief Dustin Gardner.
Every firefighter in the region, every law enforcement agency available, every helicopter, every fixed-wing aircraft, everything we've been able to get a hold of is here fighting this fire.
More than 10,000 people have been ordered to leave. The flames are 0% contained. A court hearing is scheduled for today for the man accused of murdering 4 University of Idaho students.
Good morning.
CBS's Elise Preston. Ryan Cober.
Hello. 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 Hello.
How are you today?
Well, you are on a no-call list, and you need to go on about your business. Randall said he was with your mother last night, so she wasn't too good. Oh, sorry, Randall, I threw you under the bus, brother. You're calling back to cuss me out. Hello. Hello. Hello, is this?
This is Jennifer. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm Marshmallow, and you're not supposed to be calling this phone. It's on the no-call list. Sorry, Marshmallow, I used your name. She's not fixed. There you go.
The House of Light brings clarity to your soul, offering a safe space for healing through our compassionate practitioners, services, classes, and wisdom, plus the tools to support you in your retail space.
Are you looking for that special gift this year for your daughter, sister, mother, grandmother, or best friend? Give the gift of safety and self-defense. Hi, I'm Holly Reese, founder of Warrior Defenders. As a certified tactical self-defense instructor, I specialize in self-defense.
Good morning.
Classes are weekly, in person.
Hello? You're not supposed to be calling.
Yes, my name is Jennifer.
No.
How are you today?
I'm not doing good because you're not supposed to be calling. You're on a no-call list, and it's illegal for you to be calling this early in the morning. And we're a business. Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. Thank you very much for joining us here. We'll finish our poll question up in just a few moments. 35 minutes past the hour, and it's time for a little wrestling news. I'm going to get deeper into it myself because it was head-to-head last night. But before we get into that, reports that Malachi Black may be leaving AEW. He had a great match with Adam Cole last night. Maybe he's going back to the WWE. Also, the Dudley Boys, Rob Van Dam and the FBI appeared on WWE NXT last night, Francine and Dawn Marie as well. And reports are coming out that Michael Hayes and Bruce Pritchard are on temporary leave from the World Wrestling Entertainment. Good morning, Pete. How you doing? He said he's working on Saturday. Sorry to hear that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's tell you a little results from last night's AEW Dynamite and WWE NXT since they were head-to-head. The Hurt Syndication came out. Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP. They want some younger guys to be more than what they are, so they're offering someone a business card. There's a ticket to success with them. They did it for Swerve. Swerve comes out, and he wants Lashley at Full Gear. MVP accepts the challenge for Lashley. Claudio and Pac took on Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin. No contest in that one because the Death Riders came out and interfered and beat up Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin good. All right, Chris Jericho, Big Bill, and Brian Keith, the Learning Tree, took on Mark Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly, and Tamaharo, and they won over the Learning Tree. So there you go. Adam Cole defeated Malachi Black in the best match of the night. Christian Cage and his family come out to the ring with security. Talked about Hook. Kip Sabian warned Christian Cage that Pac and Pac and Claudio would cost him his contract cash in. He did more than anybody else has ever done. And Hook come out and they got into it face to face. Christian Cage said, hey, I admit to attacking Taz, but it was out of love. They were friends for a long time. And he wishes Taz was dead. And he wants to be Hook's father. That's been the whole gimmick. All right. Jamie Hayter defeated Penelope Ford. Ricochet and Hobbs, Powerhouse Hobbs, tagged up to take on Tashiki and Kyle Fletcher. Hobbs was a part of the family. Okay. I don't understand that. I don't get it. Okay. So there you go. There you go. Hobbs is part of it. They just don't know what they're doing. Thanks to MVP, Bobby Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin. That's the only thing that makes sense, that and Christian Cage. No wonder Malachi Black wants to leave. There's no clear direction. There was more of a clear direction on NXT last night. Hardcore match, special guest referee, Don Marie. Jada Park defeated Lola Vance. Ethan Page and Ridge Holland talked about their match coming up later on. Rob Van Dam was backstage giving advice to Kaylin Jordan after she left. Wes Lee attacked Rob Van Dam with the steel chairs. The Angelo family met up with Nunzio and Tony Mama Luke at Tony Luke's place. You know, it's supposed to be a mob type thing. Ethan Jay Von Evans defeated Wes Lee. Pinfall with help from RVD. Also, Ethan Page and Ridge Holland defeated Bubba Ray Dudley and Trick Williams by winning the match by pinfall. NXT North American Champion Tony D'Angelo retained the title over Nunzio and by pinfall. I guess they got into it or something. And so there you go. After the loss, the Heritage match, Lexi King, Brian Pillman Jr. got a pep talk from William Regal, and then they had a 10-man match. So even though it was seemed a little bit more boring than AEW Dynamite, it was a lot better. Still want to know why Michael P.S. Hayes and Bruce Pitcher are on leave from WWE. Are they going to go to the new entertainment company that Vince McMahon has? That could happen. Yeah, that could happen. And my listeners on the YouTube are commenting about all the con artists calling. We put them on the telemarketers on the list. It's going to take up to 30 days. One of my listeners told me, called in during the break and told me. So one thing, Truck Driver Terry, for letting me know. So maybe going into December, they'll shut down. All right, going on tonight, CBS. I'm going to be checking it out. Georgie and Mandy, first marriage. The first couple episodes had members of the Young Shelton family on it. It continues to move forward as we follow Georgie, Mandy, and their life with Mandy's family and their little girl. And, of course, hopefully by Christmas we'll have Young Shelton return too, and everything from that series. Follow that up, a show that I really love, and I think it's the third season, maybe fourth season. It is Ghost. They had their Halloween episode last week, another episode tonight. And then follow that up with the new Matlock starring Kathy Bates. No, it's not the same Matlock as you are used to, ladies and gentlemen. It is Matlock. She uses the name Matlock because her daughter, who has passed away from some kind of drugs, and she's a real lawyer, but she went with the name Matlock instead of her own name, and she went and got hired by a big company that supposedly protected the pharmaceutical companies. And that's what the whole storyline is about for her. And because her daughter loved that show when she was a little girl, she took his name. I don't know how that would be. They'd have to check her background, but they made a fake background. The grandson made a fake background and everything. Ghost and Matlock, good shows. Agree. Thank you. And then Elsbeth is followed there. It's kind of a comedy show too. An hour. So good CBS night. And speaking of that, NBC is going to be doing some stuff during the holidays, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to be having Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, we told you yesterday. They've got the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade coming up November 28th, 8:30 a.m. Christmas at Rockaville Center, November 28th, 8:30 a.m. That's that one. I'm sorry. Jimmy Fallon Christmas, December 4th, 8 p.m. A Motown Christmas, December 11th, 9 p.m. Repeat December 17th, 9 p.m. How a Grinch Stole Christmas, December 5th, 8 p.m. 25th, 8 p.m. Frosty Snowman, December 5th, 8:30 p.m. Replay December 11th. And there you go. That's some of the stuff that's going on during the holidays. Jay says this from the YouTube page about Bruce Pritchard. Bruce Pritchard is currently away from the company due to family emergency, while Michael Hayes is taking time off because of personal issues. Both men will be back with the WWE, no relation to Vince. Thank you for letting me know there, Jay. I appreciate that news update in the world of wrestling. Love to hear all the great information, because without it, guess what? We'd just be speculating here. And speculation is kind of fun at times, but not every day. It's kind of fun at times, right? Thank you very much, Jay, for that in the YouTube page. There you go. All right, we're going to take a break. Oh, a couple of newsworthy notes just to drop in. SpaceX launched its resupply mission to the International Space Station, and a small Wooding panel satellite is being sent to the International Space Station to test how durable wood is in space. So it's a couple of newsworthy notes right there for you. Back in a moment. We'll close out the show right after this short break. They're relentless today. They normally not this bad. Hello, why you keep calling me? Why do you keep calling me? Yeah, don't hello me. Why do you keep calling me?
I'm just calling you to provide some information about health and medical services.
That's not what your mama said last night. Randall said she had her mouth full. Sorry, ladies, I said that in front of you on here. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning. Back to back. Hello? Is this somebody real?
Hello?
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Hello.
Okay. I'm calling to let you know that
No, you're not calling. Stop calling this number.
about any call.
Oh, Ryan, that was the supervisor. Guys, you know we haven't heard this many calls back to back and back and back ever. It's like Cher said, they're being relentless today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bruce Boykin. I'm a counselor that works here in the Metro Atlanta area. I'm offering my services as a counselor. Contact me if you need my services at my website, www.org, or you can reach me at my number, 470-215-0167. If you're in need
you go, Glory. Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. Got a couple of other newsworthy notes in the world of sports. Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy has been sidelined and fired by the Dallas Cowboys after his big loss against the Atlanta Falcons. Wow. Oh, man. Now, I also traded for Carolina Panthers wide receiver Jonathan Mingo is going to the Cowboys. Do you think that's going to be working? I don't know. The Cowboys are not looking good this year. Yeah, they're gone. They're gone, guys. Mike McCarthy is gone. Who's going to be the next head football coach? And Dallas, we have to wait and see. Dallas, you guys going through hard times like we did in Atlanta. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to probably give you the rundown tomorrow. You heard in the sports earlier, in the sports update from SRN, the top 4 teams in the college football playoff rankings. We're going to give you the complete rundown from the selection committee tomorrow on the show. Plus, we got on the show tomorrow, it is going to be, hold on, it's going to be Lot Lizard Chronicles for you. The SEC report is Football Friday and so much more. Which of these killers, ladies and gentlemen, our poll question this morning, do you think should have been released from prison? 41% of you say Charles Manson, 7% say Ted Bundy, 7% say Jeffrey Dahmer, and 44% say any other. They're not calling anymore, guys. We finished it up. All right, guys. Thank you for your concern about them calls during the break. They were seeing it on the YouTube. There we go. We'll talk about some sports over tomorrow and get you the rankings in college football. It's Football Friday. We'll have our football question. Tonight is Thursday night football. And let me go back and see which Thursday night football game it is this week. Where is my games we picked to hit this week with our good friend, the one, the only, Richard Holdridge. While I'm looking for that, guys, I want to tell you, it's National Native American Heritage Month, and we're celebrating that all month long right here on the WQEE and the Jordan Communication and Family Radio Stations dials. So don't worry, that's what we do best is celebrate each and every month for you. If it's a special month, we're going to celebrate it on the Jordan Communication and Family Radio Stations, and you can be a part of that as well of any kind of history that's going on. Black History Month's coming up in February. We want you to be a part of that. Call the stations at 770-347-9947 to be a special sponsor as well. That's coming up in February. We got holidays coming up. We're going to be giving away tickets to the Columbus River Dragons on Thanksgiving, so get ready. Cincinnati versus Baltimore. That's the game tonight, guys. I got the Bengals, guys. I got the Bengals taking out the Ravens tonight, and Richard's got the Ravens. So there you go. Thank you very much for putting that in there, Jay. So we're going to be celebrating each and every one of these months, so make sure you guys will be a part of that. And we're going to be giving away tickets coming up in November, not only to the Columbus River Dragons the day before Thanksgiving, but starting next week, listen to the fastest 120 minutes in radio with Ben in the afternoons before the 6 on the all-new WVEQ in Lanett, Alabama. He's got tickets to give away to the Lanett Carnival coming up next week, November 12th through the 17th, right there in Lanett, Alabama. So make sure you tune in. Big one's going on this week in Roanoke too. They started last night. Well, they started last night in Roanoke. So might have started on Tuesday, but they're going to have their fair to them this week. They're going to be in Lanett next week. And then the final in the holidays, they're going to be in Phoenix City, as Phoenix City, the city of Phoenix City and Parks and Rec are going to bring a special holiday tradition to their residents in Phoenix City, Alabama. So that's all the stuff that's going on. We've got a lot of great stuff. If you want to tell us some stuff that's going on, all I want to do is hear from you. Shoot us an email at LanettRadio@yahoo.com. That's Lanett, Lanett, radio, RADIO @yahoo.com. Spelling it out in case you don't know how to spell Lanett, because Lanett's spelled 500 different ways around the country. But in our area, you should already know. So there you go. Wow. All right. We're about 10 minutes away from the top of the hour. We're going to be closing out in just a few moments. I'm so glad that all the holiday shows are back on NBC, but I missed them on CBS. It's all fantastic. Got to say good morning going out to Oh Glory joining us, as well as I'll say hello to Lynn and Sharon over at Sanctuary Float Center, who's going to be joining the radio station beginning after tomorrow. We'll appreciate them. Turn up, turn it up, turn it up. We got prayer requests for you. Make sure you get those prayer requests in to us at LanettRadio@yahoo.com, and Pastor Clyde Reed on the Gospel Truth will be doing prayer requests as well through there. Make sure you get them in. LANETT Radio, RADION @yahoo.com. We got a couple of prayer requests for Oh Glory and hit some friends around him, and Audrey and a friend around her as well from New York. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully this is some real people and not, nope. They are relentless, relentless. Just to remind you, President Biden is going to be addressing the nation today, ladies and gentlemen. Also in U.S. stocks, futures for Tesla have skyrocketed, and stocks are up in the stock market. But they've been going up the past couple of weeks as well, just to let you guys know. SpaceX has launched, of course, resupplies to the International Space Station, and also a small wooding panel satellite to see how durable wood is in space. Those are just some of the news that you need to use and everything. And we're going to get you some more sports tomorrow. And one more time, in the sports world, Dallas Cowboys have fired their head coach, Mike McCarthy. Who do you think is going to be the guy to take over? I want to hear from you guys starting tomorrow on Football Friday. On Football Friday. All right, with all that being said and done, stay tuned. Coming up, following me on the network, we've got the Barbecue Radio Show, followed by the Pet Buzz Show. 12 to 2 is the best sports line. 12 to 5 is the best sports lineup in the business. 12 to 2, the Rod Peterson Show. Atlanta's NHL, NFL, and CFL show live from 12 to 2 with our good friend Rod Peterson, who's going to come back and visit the station here in December. He said sometime in December, he's going to come visit the station. We'd love to see him here, as well as 2 to 3 is the Sports Beat, Richard Holdridge, high school and college sports for you, and 3 to 5, Braves Country Radio, Matt McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. 5 to 6, the Rick Smith Show, and 6 to 8 will be Total Talk Football right here on WQEE with the one, the only Drew and Cole, talking nothing but NFL, CFL, and XFL football, along with the USFL football. That's all coming up from 6 to 8, and then 8 to 9, Chris Palmy. On WZZV, taking over, following me all the way to 1 o'clock. It's the Gospel Train. Ride that train with Pastor Clyde Reed. He's going to pray for you and bring you some of the best music and church programming around. Also, ladies and gentlemen, follow that, the best R&B music from Bobby Rush to B.B. King, taking you up the rest of the day on WZZV Victory 100.3 FM. And on the all-new WVEQ, following us is going to be great classic music and the yesterday's hits and today's favorites. And tune in 4 to 6 today. It is the one, the only, our good friend. That's right, Ben. It's the fastest 120 minutes in radio. But I think starting today at 5 o'clock, there's a brand new show coming on with a former mayor and Tony Malone talking what's going on in the community. That's from 5 to 6 on WVEQ. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. We definitely will. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here a little early. I got a little Aerosmith to take us up to the top of the hour, so don't worry about that. Until we meet again tomorrow morning on the TGIF Friday edition, Football Friday and Lot Lizard Friday show, you guys have a great day. Peace, love, respect. I am out of here. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. Until we meet again, you guys take care of one another. Play a little bit of it. No, not on the YouTube. You guys have a great day. Later when you're straighter, who you talking to? Randall? You too, Jay. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure having everybody with us. It's been a pleasure having all of you guys with us. We appreciate you, Bolly. We appreciate all of you guys being in here. We appreciate everybody. And we want you guys to stay tuned in to the RyanORadio Penitentiary. More and more coming. Friday's going to be our Lotless of Friday Chronicles. I want to get them in here. So Travis Terry, get me some, or get some of your friends to send me some too. I've got some already, but let's update them. Oh, shoot, I didn't get to finish the poll question, but there you go. Other one, I think. Any other one. All right, guys. Like, subscribe, and share. Help a brother out, $RyanShelander, RYNSHELANDER. And you guys have a great day. Peace, love, respect. I'm out of here.